Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today what we have going on is we're working on a vent window for this 75 C10. What we did is we contacted Precision, and they offer a program where they build vent windows or rebuild vent windows with their seals. Quick note, their seals are made here in America. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little quick unboxing and get down to it. First of all, we start off, we got a nice little sticker. Everyone likes those. The packaging. Get to push aside. They provided us with a nice tool from Precision Parts. That's a really nice tool. It helps squeeze in those edges and those hard to tuck in rubber parts. And what we find here is our vent window. So what I did was I sent this vent window, both of the vent windows, out to them. And in about 2-week turnaround, they come back at me with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it and show you what I got. If I can ever get this plastic off. All right, here we go. So what we have before us is the passenger vent window. As you can see, brand new seals, freshly painted, new locks. Everything here is new. So make sure you contact Precision Replacement Parts if you want to get your vent windows or any other seals done on your trucks or cars. So what we're going to do is we're going to install it over here. And some of the tools you're going to need are a screwdriver, a 1940s ice pick, and another screwdriver. The short screwdriver is used for the screws that go along the A-pillar that are hard to get to because of the other A-pillar. So the A-pillar on the window versus the A-pillar on the cab. They're hard to reach. Well, one of them is, so we'll use that stubby screwdriver to tuck in that screw. So we'll get right to it. We've removed the packaging. We can see what we find. So essentially what we have is brand new seals that go all the way around. So that triangle. We have a new lock and latch. We have new rivets along the back. We have brand new glass. I opted for the clear glass because my truck did not come with the green tint, so I wanted to all match. A new rivet up here, a pivot rivet, and paint. Okay, so they use a high quality paint. It's not just a rattle can, so it'll stay on there for a long time and look good for a long time. So we'll get down to it, and we're gonna go ahead and install it on the passenger side, and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so the approach we're going to take is we're going to come in. You're going to see a division bar here. All right, you do not want to come on this side. I've seen that movie. It doesn't end well. You want to come on the right side or the further rear side of this post. Coming in with the glass flat. You're going to come in. Vertically, okay? And slowly, without breaking anything, you allow it to work itself down. And once you're down, you can start rotating it. Start rotating it and leaning it back. As you lean it back, will allow itself to fall into the channel. Be careful with your glass. And just follow the path of least resistance. All right, a little bit of common sense, and it'll just fall into place. Make sure your glass falls within this channel that's in here, or else you're going to be fighting it against the edge and you may end up cracking your glass. So shake it around a little bit. Now you're going to jump to the other side and I'll show you a technique here. Very important. you see this tool that they provide you with. It's got a flat side and it's got a little bit of a beveled side. Now we're observing the vent window frame before we start pushing it in. And some key points to remember: you want to make sure all these rubber edges are going to be tucked in, all right, inside the metal, all the way through here. Come around the outside, same operation. All this rubber, even including this one on the rear post, has to get tucked in all the way across through here and all the way up. All right, so that's the goal now. So basically just come in, make sure the top gets aligned in the channel. There you go. Now start pushing it in. So it'll guide itself. It can only go in one way. So from here forward, you're gonna start pushing in, and gently giving pressure on this backbone here. Here's a pro tip, guys. While you got the screws out, go ahead and get them cleaned up. Give them a nice little coat of paint. I endorse and I use this product for anything I gotta put in black if I don't powder coat it. It's called Steel It. And what it shoots is stainless steel in black, and you can actually weld through it. So it protects you and gives you all the anti-corrosive properties of stainless steel. So I went ahead and sprayed that on there. So let's take these inside. You guys remember the ice pick I told you about earlier from the 1940s? What I use it for is to align, just an alignment tool. This is another good product that I use. It's made by Lodesol. Made in the... So we're going back to this window and we're going to use it as an alignment tool. So if you look through there it is, there's a hole. So you'll come in and just use it as an alignment tool. So you'll see the window move a little bit. And there's 3 of those. So go ahead and make sure it's all aligned. That one's aligned. And that one's aligned. Come back to your little tool area. Remember this guy? He's gonna be used for this area right here. It's hard to get into, so you're gonna have to open the door up. No damage done there. Grab our screws that we've prepped. There's also a little sleeve that goes on these, which I'll show you them right now. Okay, so out of the 5, 3 screws and 2 bolts. So 5 pieces of hardware that hold this vent window in. 2 of them are gonna have sleeves. That one and that one, okay? So these sleeves look like this. I think they're aluminum. I went ahead and painted them. And they go back where they came from. That one goes there. Don't lose these because I don't know where you can find these at. That one goes there. So let's go back to our screws that we prepped. And we'll put them in. I like to start with the one that's vertical first and then come down to these 2. So let's get that done. See, I just gone around working this whole edge in. Okay, including the one here on the back post. All the way in, and just work yourself around and push it all in. Go ahead and lubricate. Soapy water. And you want to push this side in as well. All right, so that's in. So now we'll proceed in putting the 3 screws that go in, which is this one, 1, 2 right there, and 3 on top. Then we'll go around and get the other 2 that give this post rigidity. So this one comes all the way down, comes through here, and ends up right there. Remember, the inside here also needs to be tucked in. Come up to the top, go all the way down. This tool has 2 angles. It's very subtle, but it's got 2 angles. See how it's kind of dip down there. So you want to use that as leverage. So go ahead and come in and push down. And we're all nice and snug. So get your screws in, and don't forget about this 5/16 right here. That guy's loose right now so that we can open up the door frame just a little bit to be able to squeeze this part of the rubber in. Okay. So here's a purpose for this little screwdriver, is to get this little guy going. All right, that's on there. So the last screw that I want to highlight is this one. I left it out on purpose. All right. What is this for? Well, this is used to keep this brace that's in here. Okay. The brace set actually supports this side view mirror from the inside. So we come around to the inside, and this is a 5/16 head on this screw. We're gonna see a little access hole, okay? Sometimes this screw is lost and it's found at the bottom of these doors. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that. And the reason why I had it out was that when I was putting in this vent glass, I was able to separate the door, the metal from each side from the skins, separate it just a little bit more, maybe 1/8 of an inch. And that allowed for a smooth transition of this vent window to slide down. If this is in there, it actually compresses this gap and you can't get this glass through. So I see a lot of people fighting with these, but this is probably the culprit. So go ahead and put this back and we're done. We're gonna try to open it and close it. I'm sure it's gonna work out great. We're gonna come down and we're gonna use our alignment tool to put the last final 2 screws in. These are 7/16 heads, and you know what to do from here.
Another one should line right up.
All right, so that's nice and tight. This is a 5/16 once again. So you haven't left a little port there to access it. We're gonna go ahead and test the glass, the lock mechanism, make sure it all opens up. Come around the outside. Now it's time to remove the tape. Shouldn't have any more casualties here with this installation. Not that we did. Come back to recap. So we tucked all the edges in, all the way down. We put our 2 screws right back. 1, 2, those are 7/16. We tighten the 5/16. That's hiding in there. Came back out over here. Made sure all our gasket was pushed in to the metal, tucked all the way in. And last but not least, make sure everything works. So push the button, pull it forward, push it out. So everything looks good. And we're all done. All right, guys, thanks again. Thanks again to Precision, always making quality parts. I use them on all my vehicles. Thanks for watching, guys.